main show for all it's worth, but don't judge us. We've got to get our exclusive clips from somewhere, haven't we? It is Friday night, which is eviction night, as was Wednesday. It's non-stop, isn't it, these evictions? They just keep on giving them to us, and I say keep them coming. Right, so after an explosive start in the house, it's end of story Jackanory, as you've told our Heather to trot on. Yes, tonight was crunch time for Cheryl. She's going to be joining us a little bit later on, but in the meantime, we are hoping for a sip of this.
Strap on a pair.
A pair?
Pair of balls.
A glug of this.
Can I deep throat you for Cheryl's coffee?
Where are you getting these clips from? And if we're lucky, a big old slurp of this. First up tonight, while the situation might consider himself an expert on all things laundry, he's got nothing on our next guest. It's domestic goddess, Kim Woodburn. Next, our resident sexpert on hand, and he's got a valuable piece of advice for the situation. Get yourself an oar and knock Danica across the head with it. It works every single time. It's Kurt Norcross. And it's been 12 days since our final panellist left the house. You'd think that he'd be grateful for a bit of time away from his fellow soldiers, but you would be wrong. We've literally had to prize him away from Adam to be here tonight. They've even got themselves matching tattoos. Yes, they have. It is your big brother champ, Luke A. Can we drop the A now? Can we just call you Luke?
Do.
Is that
Luke's
okay?
Fine. All good.
We don't need to figure out who's who anymore.
Yeah,
we know.
That's
we
great.
know. Right, we're going to have a little look at the tattoo.
Okay.
OK, we've got a picture of it.
All right.
There it is.
Hey, spots and all. Hey.
Big Brother Bromance 2012, I think you'll find it says. Now, before we all get chatting, there's a very important person to talk to, though we should count ourselves quite lucky because he's able to squeeze a little bit of time in for us tonight because he's got a very pressing date with a blue nun in his Winnebago. Please welcome Mr. Brian Dowling.
Is that leather?
It is if you want it to be.
Excuse me, when can we get matching tattoos, Emma?
This is what I was going to say to you.
I love that we can drop the A. I was like, hey, Luke, it's just Luke now.
I know, it's just Luke.
Yeah.
Have you and Narinda got matching tattoos?
No.
What would you get if you had one?
Mine would probably say nice and her would be like nasty bitch or shut the fuck up. Like Julie said about Colleen.
So maybe we should get them then. Forget about Narinda.
On our Fangelinas.
It's about you and me.
Let's get them on our Fangelinas.
So you have actually got one?
No, I said we should get one on our Fangelina Jolie's. Your crunch.
I know.
It's yours.
You haven't got a crunch, have you?
I could say something. I ain't saying nothing.
Right, OK, how was tonight for you?
Tonight was like the eviction we had in January with Natalie and Kirk when they left. Shock.
Yeah, totally.
Because when lots of people go up, it's hard to pinpoint because the votes go everywhere.
When you have that freezing of the lines and then reopening, as soon as two people are saved, those people that have been voting for those two go to somebody else to save.
But also, I think the reality that we show when the votes are frozen, when we reopen, the reality we show sometimes can always affect the vote.
Absolutely.
Everyone was... When Scott left a few weeks ago, it was like... and the same tonight with Cheryl. Shock. She seemed to take it very well.
Do you think it was a case of the situation got saved and his votes then went to the Prince?
I don't know if the people that would like the situation, Michael, would still like Lorenzo. I don't know. Maybe. But, I mean, I didn't think he'd get saved first. I didn't think he would. So, obviously, a big fan base for him. It's the six-pack. It's the abs. It's the abs, guys, right?
Tell me you're not saving somebody because he has a six-pack.
They're shallow!
No!
We are.
So you think she handled it really well tonight?
Really well.
Because she was really quite shocked when she went up
but also,
when she was
as we know with this show, there's lots of controversy. People always get in trouble. So for us, the interviews the last few weeks have been quite heavy and not that much fun, apart from the final. So it's been quite nice to do a fun interview where we weren't giving anyone a bollocking and, you know, we were asking the right questions.
Don't they always just say that?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, well, we're doing it, not you.
Yeah. You're going to get it later.
I know
You're
I
going to
am.
get it.
I know I am. So they're nominating again on Sunday.
Yes.
Who do you think's in trouble?
Do you know what? I don't know. I think from what's happening with the boys, from watching it tonight, they've been quite annoyed with the girls from what's been happening. So
Yeah.
maybe nominations could be payback for them.
I think the girls are kind of realising what their actions have actually caused. But the boys just can't deal with being knocked back.
When I seen Danica tweaking his nipples, I was like, no. What about your boyfriend? She's seeing someone?
I know.
That has to be uncomfortable.
For everybody watching, let alone for the two of them. Well, for everybody. Of course you did. And of course, there's going to be another shopping task this week.
Yes.
If you could set them on, what would it be?
Ooh, I actually would set them on that they would instantly fail. I love nothing more than celebrities really grumpy with nothing. So one that they can't pass.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Would be amazing.
Make them suffer for a
I
little
want to see them
They're
suffer.
celebrities. We want
They've
to see
got
them
an amazing lifestyle.
Now, we've heard that there's a new celebrity going in with an old score to settle. And I think we are allowed to reveal that it's going to be Jasmine's mum. With a little help from Jasmine.
Yes, it's going to be Marilyn, who we met when I did Friends and Family.
What do you make of that?
I think she'll be fantastic. She's just fabulous. Plus, if Jasmine's guiding her through it, maybe through an earpiece or something, she's doing what Jasmine wants her to do. And I don't think the housemates will know they're related. That's what's even amazing.
They have the same eyes.
Do you
not think?
Not the same face.
No, but the same eyes. On that note, I'll say thank you very much, Brian Dowling.
Thank you.
So, as you know, Cheryl became the second celebrity to be evicted. But how are her former housemates dealing with the loss? Here is how.
They what?
Let me work. Just a minute, Colleen. I'm here. Come here. Come here, darling.
I know.
It's that bit that's horrible. It's just horrible.
It is. It's
To the point where I don't want to be. I just wish I was out.
Did
I
you hear
can't
the
go through
tears
it
when
again.
she went out?
Yeah, I'm so happy for her, and now I'm sad that she's gone. Because she was my buddy.
But it doesn't add up. That?
She's completely loved out there, so she couldn't go to
We
a
could
nice
not love her.
reception.
Why could you not love Cheryl?
Oh man, I really cannot go through that anymore. I had my speech ready.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, all right, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I know exactly how I'm gonna handle it. And now I don't want to do the nominations again.
OK, so Colleen, as we can see there, is pretty upset. So let's get talking about tonight's eviction. Kirk, do you think the right person left?
No, definitely not. I thought she was going to be.
It's pretty, I think everyone's quite shocked about it.
Yeah, no, I'm not happy that she went. I think she was a really good housemate.
Kind of like when Natalie left as well. I think nobody...
definitely, yeah, 100%. And you think because they're from a big show, but maybe it's because people think that they're safe and there's no need. But at least she come out of Cheers, so it's good for her.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
it helps her out a little bit more. But yeah, I definitely think the wrong person went.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Did the wrong person leave? Shock?
It was really a shock. We thought Lorenzo was going. He's a little bit dull, isn't he? Love him. He's
I don't
lovely.
know if it's because it's dull, but he's very quiet, he's very sweet. He hasn't done a lot, so...
Cheryl's been the entertainer. She's been the loud one, the bubbly one, keeping everyone going, cheering them up, coming up with the funny words like crunch and everything. So she's been really funny. I'm just surprised, really, really surprised.
Did anybody expect Cheryl to go?
No,
Not one single person in the audience. Luke, were you a fan of Cheryl? Did you think she'd leave this evening?
I didn't think she'd leave at all. I was gutted, and yeah, I was a fan of her, and it reminded me of when Scott left, the shock in the house. It was just disbelief, so it's probably similar in the house right now, you know.
Isn't it nice to have Luke on the phone? Yay! Kim, has the result surprised you?
Well, it has really. Hasn't it? Hasn't it? I'll tell you why. The prince is extremely handsome. Now, girls, you wouldn't throw him out of bed. Stop your nonsense. Well, I wouldn't. He's extremely handsome and charming. And a lot of women vote for the show. Not really.
Kirk,
he's not hard on the eyes, is he?
He's not hard on the eyes, no.
Not to me, too.
But as this lady pointed out, he hasn't really done very much. So are we just voting on what people
you say
look
that,
like?
you see, but he has. When Jasmine had a go at him, and Martin Camp ran out the way, you see, ran out the way, although he had voted for also, when he saw there was trouble, he ducked out, Martin, bless him. But that prince came forward and said, no, I will have my say. I will have my say.
Yeah.
When at the time he did it. I like Martin Kemp. Martin Kemp said, I'm not getting into this, and disappeared.
To be fair, though, Jasmine didn't pull him up on it either. She did only really pull the prince up about it.
But I was shocked at that as well.
Yeah.
I think she wore herself out, my love.
Kirk, why do you think that the public didn't save Cheryl?
I don't think they've not saved her. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't understand it. Why? Because I think she was...
Nice.
Everyone's entertaining there, but she was the one that was entertaining in the morning when everyone was a little bit tired. She carried it on, so there's no explanation for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think there's anything she could have done differently, Luke, to save herself?
Well, I don't know, maybe she's a bit more like Heather rather than Cheryl. You never know. Maybe that might have helped. But I thought she was lovely.
In what way?
Yeah, well, you know, just put more sort of into her wham, you know, a bit more dancing, a bit more crunch. Crunch is always good, like the mince sandwich. She could have carried it on. It would have been like a crunchy mince sandwich.
I've heard of growler, but I've never heard of crunch.
I've never heard of a crunch before either. What do you guys think? Why do you think that she wasn't saved? Do you think it was a case of people just assumed she was safe?
I think Kirkham was said it. You know, people didn't vote for her because they thought that no way she was going to go. So I think that was it.
Her appeal, when they asked her why she should stay, it wasn't. She didn't say much. No.
Yeah, she was kind of the first one, though. It's always very weird with things like that. Stand up on live television to the nation for 20 seconds and tell us why you should stay in that house. Like, oh, do you know what I mean? It's pressure on the spot. Do you think you could have done it, Luke?
No. Not at all, no. I was like, have massive brain farts when I'm in that situation, so...
Yeah, it must be quite difficult.
Brain what, dear?
Farts.
Please.
Sorry.
I'm a lady.
Kim, who do you think will miss Cheryl the most?
Well, you know what? She was nice to everybody, wasn't she? I think she got on very well with Colleen, and I think she was a mate of hers, and I think she'll miss her most. But you couldn't dislike that lady.
Yeah.
Chubby, cheery, and thoroughly lovely. You'd like her for a next-door neighbour, wouldn't you? But perhaps that was the problem. She was too nice, my love. She was never going to be nasty and horrible. That's what people want.
Luke, you know better than anyone, I think, about house divisions.
Oh, yes.
Are you seeing the age divide in the house?
Yeah.
That a lot of us seem to be
brought
seeing.
to my attention a few episodes ago, and I noticed that there is a sort of older crowd and the younger crowd, and I don't know how it's going to go, but you can definitely see from now on that there's a little divide starting. Not as nasty as our divide, but there's definitely a little something
We were talking
simmering.
to Judy James last night, and she said that she thinks the younger ones will eventually turn on maybe people like Martin, who are the kind of stronger figures in the house, to try and pick them off.
Yeah.
Do you think...
I think it depends if they've got a game plan or not. If they know that they're going to be popular, then they'll want to pick them off.
Yeah.
Which is what happened with us.
Kirk, are you going to be taking Cheryl to Sugar Hut?
Yeah. Right after now. Sweet. I want to give her a big cuddle first.
Lovely.
Love the plug, I love it. 10 minutes in.
Other nightclubs in Essex are available. They're nominating again on Sunday. Who do you think is in danger?
I think all the same. I think it's because there's quite a few of them and they've got mixed opinions still, so it's still going to be spread out. So I think still quite a few of them are going to be up for nomination.
Luke, who do you think may be up?
Probably the Prince again, because the housemates have heard the boos, so they'll think to put him up.
Do you really take that on board?
Well, some people did, yeah. Like with
But
Dina.
not you.
Not me.
Not you. Does anyone think that the girls may be up this week after...
I'm thinking
Danica and Rhian?
They're playing a dodgy game at the moment, aren't they? So.
Well, Danica's being very naughty.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a young girl. Flirt. Come on, you're a long time old, lovey. We're not begrudging. But tweaking the nipples job, dear. Now, if I was her boyfriend, she'd no longer be a girlfriend of mine, because it's one thing to be nice to the... But tweaking and rubbing rubbing the crunch, dear. I mean, no, come on. Would you, as a boyfriend, watching that? That's it.
I wouldn't be too pleased,
As I said to you, when I was a girl, we called them PTs, prick teasers. I prefer to be... No, I'm sorry, but I prefer to be politer. TT.
You just told me off for saying fart.
I know.
I know.
Because that's what she's doing.
So the panel and Brian, and especially Kim, have had their say. But remember, as always, we want to hear from you guys. Send us in your questions for Cheryl. She's going to be answering them in the sweaty box a little bit later on. You can reach us via Twitter or through the website. Join us after the break when we'll have yet more exclusive footage and we see how the house is reacting to Cheryl's departure. And she'll be here to answer the questions that were far too naughty for Brian. We'll see you in a little while.